It's been about 2 years since I started working for Nvidia, and it's been one hell of a ride. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing 5 things that I find shocking working for Nvidia. I'm going to take you through some of the culture and, things that you might not be aware of. Before I move on, I'd like to state a disclaimer that views and opinions are strictly mine and don't represent that of my employer in any way. Very, very much a disclaimer. So keep that in mind. So I came from a company that had been around for a really, really long time, a very traditional company. And I moved from there to Nvidia, which is like a tech company in the Silicon Valley. Been around for a little bit, but still a tech company. And like one of the first things that I found very shocking was how involved the senior leadership were in like day-to-day activities and like projects and all of that. Like it's not unusual to have like a VP in a project meeting sharing ideas and brainstorming with you. The company I came from, I probably met with my senior director like twice, and one of them was when I was leaving. Like it was a meeting with like a director was something that maybe if it requires like an escalation, like a really, really high escalation, like the worst case, you're in meetings with like people that are 1 or 2 levels above you and really a director. So that was one of the shocking things for me moving to Nvidia, just kind of being in meetings with VPs. You can be in the meeting with the CEO, and Nvidia typically likes to say that organization is flat, which means there aren't too many steps or too many people between you and the CEO. Like the hierarchies are not as pronounced as other companies. I don't know how this is going to change as the company continues to grow bigger, but that's something that has probably helped the senior leadership to stay very involved, which I think is great because it gives you a lot of visibility into your work. But also, there could be a con to that because you have to be on top of your game. You're constantly going to be in front of, high visibility people. Hey, if you're new here, you're very welcome. And if you are a regular, you're welcome back. My name is Moyo, and this is Grow with Mo, a personal development channel that helps you adults one video at a time. I hope that I can see more of you, and on this channel, I share a lot of personal and professional growth tips that we can all just use as we figure out this whole adulting thing. And I hope you would subscribe and stick around. Let's get back to the video. The second thing that shocked me when I started working for Nvidia is how direct people are. Like people are not afraid to share their opinions. They're not afraid to challenge authority. They speak their mind like honestly, and it's part of our core values, intellectual honesty, and just being able to freely and openly share your thoughts and opinions about things. And I was a bit taken aback by this because like I said in my first point, you're in meetings with like VPs and senior leadership. And that could, especially for someone still younger or early on in their career, this could be a bit intimidating, and that could also contribute to being a bit more reserved and, kind of be more measured in your words or in your expressions. But I find that the atmosphere that the company creates is an open one, a direct one, where they give you the freedom to share, challenge, and just express yourself, which I think is really great because everybody's opinion counts. You're allowed to say, oh, I don't agree with that, can we consider this other option? And I feel like that has kind of given me the boldness to, the more I see people step forward in that confidence, has given me more boldness to be able to kind of like take a look and share my opinions and feel free to kind of express myself in that sense. So yeah, Number two, people are very direct. Okay, so you know how one of the signals of working in a tech company is using the term unlimited vacation. And Nvidia is one of those companies that have unlimited vacation. I know a lot of people have like different opinions and thoughts about if unlimited vacation is actually unlimited, but in my personal experience working for Nvidia, it's actually very, very unlimited in the sense that they give you the freedom to take as much time as you need. And I would share this experience of me when I first joined the company and I had lost my dad. I had to request a leave of absence and time off. And I remember just kind of talking to my manager, and there was an official policy, but she also kind of made me understand that I was able to get as much time as I needed off work, and work was not a priority at that moment. It was mostly me just being better mentally and emotionally, and overall I felt very cared for. And this was not the same experience I had in past companies, so I felt like there's just this underlying belief that everybody's committed to doing their best work at Nvidia, and you would always do what's best for the company. So if you need time off to recharge, to recalibrate, take that time off and come back to work more rejuvenated and willing to put in more work. Like, I know taking time off, especially on my team, I know sometimes it could be very team dependent, but on my team it's highly encouraged. We're asked to take as much time as we need, and of course you also have to be responsible, making sure that your projects are being taken care of. If you need to delegate something to someone, you delegate to them while you're away. And just overall, our CEO has set that expectation that we are all adults, responsible adults, and whatever benefits and whatever freedom that we're given by the company, we use it within reasonable doubt and expectation. Like, you're being responsible with that as much as possible. So I think that's pretty cool. A lot of CEOs in Fortune 500 companies always have this kind of datey vibe around them. It's almost like, okay, maybe it could be like us, the layman, putting them on a pedestal, or just kind of like the overall idea that these people have gotten to a certain level in their career that, like, they're just really, really people. A lot of people really look up to them. At Nvidia, our CEO is someone that is very personable, and he actually feels human. And I found that really shocking. Like, it's not unusual to run into him in the hallways, and people say hi. He stops and chats with people, takes pictures with people. He's very, very, he's someone that is so easy to kind of see his kindness through his values and the way he interacts with us as employees, and even the company values. You can kind of tell and see that. For example, he's always very vocal about how he puts family first, and you can see that in some of the benefits we have as employees. And even the way the company handled the mass layoffs that were going on in the tech industry just a few years back, or a couple years back, he's always been very vocal about his approach and how he sees the big picture. I really found that shocking that, like, this is the kind of CEO that actually walks the walk, and he's not just kind of a corporate mannequin or politically correct idea of a CEO. He's actually someone that is human. And finally, the last thing that I found very shocking. So if you work in Silicon Valley in a tech company, it's not unusual to hear, Google's ping pong table and, Meta's variety of free food options, and, Netflix's game rooms, just all of the perks that made tech companies. And during the pandemic there was a whole era of influencers sharing a day in my life at Google, a day in my life at Meta, and everybody just kind of wanted to work for tech companies because of the amazing perks. And I'm here to share that working for Nvidia, the perks are not what you would expect them to be, in the sense that you necessarily might not get free food or gym on site or all of these little things. I found that really shocking because I'm like, oh, I thought all tech companies did this. So that was interesting, but I wouldn't necessarily see that as a con. It's more of the value that the company places on different things. So we've always highlighted that overall we want to preserve the employees' jobs, and our CEO has said this on different platforms, and how it's important that he takes care of our employees and their families. And you just get paid enough for you to go get these things yourself. So the compensation is always very fair, and just they try to make it as fair as possible, enough for you to be able to afford some of these little luxuries that make tech companies attractive to other people. And I honestly don't mind that. I would rather not have free gym membership and not get laid off. I'd rather not get laid off than have free gym membership, if that makes sense. So overall, these are the 5 shocking things that I experienced as I've been working for Nvidia. And it's been a great experience so far. The culture is amazing. And if you would like me to share more about my experience working as a TPM, especially, some comments in the comment section, so I know that you actually want to see those kinds of content, and just let me know what you're interested in me sharing overall on this channel, and I hope to hear from you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you found this video useful, thumbs up. See you next time. Bye.